Hello, everyone. Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, or good dawn. Depends on where you are. Hello, everyone. Today we will have a guest, as you can see, Grandmaster Hovhannes Gabuzyan. They can see you, so say hi.
Hi, Priji. Hi, everyone.
Nice to see you all. Long time no see. Because I wasn't able to stream during my tournament. So it's nice to see everyone back, and thank you very much for the subscriptions, Glamdring and Hasino. So today's program is will be the second episode of Rook Reflections, which I mistyped. So let's change that. As you if you remember, we had one episode before, but there was a little break in between. So now is the second episode, and I prepared some spicy questions for Hovhannes.
I'm ready.
You are ready. Okay, glad to hear that. So if you hear any technical issues, anyone, please let us know. Yeah, spicy questions indeed. Okay. By the way, I will show Houdini also because they came for that too. I told them that they should come. So I will show the cat once more.
Oh, your cat's name is Houdini? I didn't know.
Yes, his
Why
name.
not? Why not Stockfish?
Well, he's also an escape artist. So I wanted to give a chess kind of name, and Houdini was one of the ideas. Plus, he's also an escape artist. It doesn't matter that you lock him in a room or something; he will get out, with no problem. So, yeah, I thought about naming him Gambit, but
Gambit.
yes,
Better not naming like sacrifice.
yes, that wouldn't be great. Yeah, so yeah, he grew a lot, I think, from last stream, but I will let him go because he's tired. One of the spicy questions: E4 or D4? Yes, actually, let's start it this way: E4 or D4?
E4, knight F3.
Knight F3.
No, E4 for sure. For me, it's E4.
E4. Okay, good. I don't have to stop the stream early then, because if you answered D4, it wouldn't be nice.
Okay. You don't like D4?
Well, I like it, I guess, but I was always
Yeah, I'm
an
also an
E4.
E4 player.
Yes.
E4 person, I'd say.
Yes, much better. Okay, so we would like to know more about you. For a second question, how did you start playing chess?
Started 2 years ago. Okay. Well, I was expecting some surprise reactions. No, I started like
I was processing the information.
I started like 22 years ago, guys. I'm now 28. I'm not made 22, even 23, 4. I don't remember exactly when I was taught playing chess. I think I was either 4 or 5 years old. So like it's pretty standard. My grandpa taught me how to play chess, and that's how it started. My parents like saw I'm doing well, and they took me to a chess school.
Oh, wow. And you didn't have a chance to not like this game.
Yeah, kind of. I got addicted from my like early childhood. So yeah, I wasn't really able to save myself, but I'm happy for that. So yeah, that's how I came to the chess world.
Okay, that's nice. How fast did you become a GM?
I became a GM at 17 years old. So let's maybe in 11 years.
Oh,
Let's say just
wow.
from starting playing chess.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. Um, and well, now if I'm correct, you have retired and now you focus on coaching.
Yeah, last like 2-3 years. Like yeah, I started playing less. It dropped down, and then I eventually decided just to retire from professional playing. You can see me one day in a tournament. But yeah, now it's just gonna be for fun, not like with some professional purposes. So yeah, now I'm more in coaching, in chess mode. So change it. It's still in chess, but from a different side.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, I was just curious if you still had any goals, maybe online chess or well, or offline, but you are all in for
Uh,
coaching now.
I like playing online, of course. At some point, I got like I was focused on that. I tried to break the rating. Like I crossed 3,000 in chess.com, so that was like some third type of goal. Now, not really playing, just having fun sometimes. So I recently discovered some crazy house rules, which I don't recommend if someone is learning chess, just as a fun way to still play some chess.
Okay. Yes, well, I know Crazy House can be brutal, especially if you play it on a tournament. Or the other one, the Buck House, or what we call it, Tandem.
Yeah, Backhouse. I know about Backhouse. Yeah, I played
Yes,
it a bit.
yes. We always used to play it on tournaments with other kids, and the coaches were furious with us. Like, why are you playing Buck House on a
Yeah.
tournament?
So that's kind of, I mean, that's a fun thing, but yeah, it's very bad interactions with chess. Like you for when you play a chess game, you want to take a piece and put it on the other board, but
Yeah.
that doesn't work. Yeah, these guys are just playing another game. So
Yes. Yeah, let's not get disqualified on a normal chess tournament by taking pieces from your
yeah,
opponent and placing it on the board. Yes. Okay. You are a coach on chess mode, which people know about on this channel because I really love your videos. And I actually used a few of your openings for preparation. And I noticed that there are two kind of openings. There are one for um, lower rated, and then there are also for a little bit higher rated. Why is there a distribution?
We'll tell it this way. Yeah, I can see Bob saying something. Yeah, it's a sunny place. I hate warm weather, to be honest. I enjoy the winter. So now I'm struggling, but it's summer here, like 35 Celsius. So I'm struggling, Bob. All right, the question, yeah. So we have two types of openings for now. Like it's simplified versions, like under under 2000 level, approximately, like little plus minus, but approximately, and advanced level. So what's the thing? There is I'll start from another point. Like there is a one big confusion nowadays, place where many chess players make mistakes. Everyone thinks they need a GM level openings, even if they are like 1500, 17, 1800. They are tending to know all the last theoretical engine things, variations, very deep. But that's the biggest possible mistake. Many players, because of that, fail playing chess. They struggle, they get depressed, annoyed, and they are eventually leaving these sports. So the reason is that players like, let's say, under 2000 need practical, easy positions to play. They know their middle game ideas, and they're like, let's say, they are just learning this game from different sides. Yeah, not only the openings. 2000 plus, like kind of advanced level players, may already need some concrete deep variations, some longer moves, longer ideas, like something like this. So distribution is made for that. So players who are just trying to learn this game do not spend all their time unreasonably playing openings. Like how many times you can see that 1500 players play like 20 move theory, both sides. I never seen this. Okay, maybe someone learns, goes crazy, plays, but not everyone. Yeah. So usually move number 3, 4, 5, 6, theory is over. And yes, the point of that openings is just to give some insights how to develop and get a comfortable game. That's how the distribution is made.
Yes, I often get this question like I mean they comment hey, I'm a beginner, which opening do you recommend? And it's funny because what I see is that on lower levels they study an opening and they, let's say, they go crazy and they learn the opening until move 10, move 15, and then they complain that the opponent doesn't even play the line.
Never happens, yeah. I would say probably below 1,000 people literally don't need any opening. They just need to know like opening principles. If you saw our website, you know, there is this course just teaching what are the purposes in the opening. Yeah, like develop, fight for the center, I don't know, bring the pieces, so on. But yeah, in this range, probably my answer was for, I don't know, between like 1,000 and 2,000 players. It's exactly a place where they can make mistake, just dive deep into the opening and never get it. You know, I will tell you one thing. I guess players can learn the opening lines. After they learn it, they can explain it. Like, I make here this move because of this, not like why you make this move, and they're like, I have no idea. I just learned this move from engine or from the book. Yeah. Whenever you start understanding the purpose, like explaining this and really feeling the differences, not only explain the move. Like, imagine you learned something, I played wrong. You explain why I played wrong. So you understand what was wrong in my strategy, so you can punish it. Okay, then you are good. Then you are at the level that you can learn something. But before that, yeah, it's just like a huge trap which many players are falling for.
Yes, yes, I agree. And well, well, we discussed how differently they see the lower level rated and higher level rated see openings differently. Like someone just plays the move because this is what they learned, while a higher level rated will know why they played it. What other differences do you think there are between these players in the middle game, for example, or end
Like
game?
in terms of, for example, how to train, I would say the following. If you
Yes.
are reaching level like 2000 plus, let's put it to some kind of online rating level, FIDE, like let it be 1800. So approximately this level, guys. If someone reaches that level, they already have a foundation in some topics. You cannot become like 2000 plus without knowing like what's attack, what's defense. Yeah, you without seeing any tactics. I don't know, being able to beat, evaluate positions. They have some, let's say, complex of basic skills. But when someone is trying to break through this level, it's very important to build a strong foundation. Like learn from all of the topics. Yeah. For example, it's super important. One of the most, let's say, if you ask me one skill to train, only one skill, I would say tactics, because players can beat each other in 20 moves, someone blunders a queen, game over. Yeah, or blunders a checkmate and game over. So tactics probably comes first. It's important to sharpen these skills. But on the other hand, lots of things are important to have on a train the basics of important chess, let's say, things like attack, defense, strategies, positional, how to play winning or lost positions, and this kind of details. Speaking about the advanced level players, like calling 2000 plus, yeah, these guys are already knowing what to do in that scenarios. They are sharpening the skills, learning better attack, better defense, learning like positional chess. So everything happens on a better level, but they already have a strong foundation.
Okay. And do you think it is worth it to study, or well, practice hard puzzles where you need to calculate on lower levels, or do you think
Um,
it's enough to practice patterns mostly? Because what I see,
Patterns for sure. Yeah, I see. Maybe yeah, I would say patterns for sure, because like that kind of hard calculations, in my opinion, you shouldn't really calculate if it will take from you like more than maybe 5-10 minutes, let's say, for that level. Because yeah, okay, when you are getting high rated, guys, you can just try to do some tough calculations just to improve like your visualizing skills, some fantasy, I don't know, lots of things. But again, at the level we are speaking about, let's call it under 2000. It's just important to train, and develop this pattern understandings. So you see a pattern, okay, oh, there is a tactic, there is a fork, there is a pin. Sharpen your feelings, intuition. Like if someone saw me solving, let's say many examples. I was doing a stream with another person a few days ago. I was opening up a position, like she was about 1300 rated. I was saying, oh, that's a good one, like in less than a second. She's like, oh, how are you seeing it so quickly? It's not nothing specific. I'm just used to this. You know this feeling, yeah, when you open something and you just see it. So of course, on this way, whenever I see it quickly, I was doing like thousands of easy examples, one by one, step by step, like getting ahead. So that's how this works.
Yes. Plus, what I notice is that I see, for example, 1,000 rated people who start doing the puzzles and they move and they do the puzzle move by move, like it's a game. Like they try to find the best move instead of calculating it out until the very end. And I don't, and then they complain that puzzles don't help because I have seen people um, complaining that, hey, I have been doing a lot of puzzles, but hey, they don't help. I'm 1,000 rated, and they just try, the hardest puzzle, trying to get rating points.
Which is a mistake. Which is a mistake. Yeah, of course. As harder they like, it's always good to do the puzzles of like around your level, slightly above. So you are not solving it in half second, guys, but you solve it like, I don't know, in less than a minute. I think if you solve as tactics, if you are solving it in 1 minute, that's approximately a good level for you. So you don't struggle a lot, but you don't quickly, like very quickly. If you do it in seconds, that doesn't bring value. If you do it in 15 minutes, that's too hard. So something like this, I would say. And of course, what you are saying now about calculations, they are going move by move. It's about visualizing skills, actually. Many players struggle to visualize, but try to work only on calculation, like move by move. Yeah, visualizing skill is one of the most required things to calculate, because otherwise you example I always bring, like I'm telling during the game, you cannot move the piece, say to your opponent, wait a moment, I'm calculating, then put it back and make a move. So you need to like visualize this, of course, and then how you can proceed. So that's important. That's a necessary skill, I would say.
Yes, I agree. And well, after tactics, what do you think is the most important chess skill that you need to learn? If you had to learn one thing after tactics.
Well, after tactics, that's a nice question. If I can say it, like, let's say opening principles can make sense, just to understand how this game works. But I can't say it's probably more important that, like, I don't know, some attacking principles or some defending principles. Probably it's always good to know how to attack, because I noticed the common things, guys. You can also say, like, in the chat, probably everyone likes more to attack than to defend. Yeah. So it's logical. You want to bring the pieces, then just defend from the pieces or something. I think attack is very important. Like, for example, our opening choice on the 2000 level is super aimed for attacks on the opponent's kings. We are not doing some like out of logic attacks. No, preparing attacks, playing aggressively, trying to attack, because it's always fun, first of all, and always easier to attack than to defend. Now, no, I wouldn't say on my like GM level, let's say. It depends, guys. I like sometimes to defend. I'm also still trying to be attacking, but about like that range, it's always cool to bring the pieces and try to checkmate, and harder to defend. I would probably pick the attack.
Okay. Yes. Yes, I'm just reading chat in the meantime. Yes, checkmate included in tactics. Yes, I think so. Yes, because you will notice checkmate.
Exactly, yeah. So, like, for example, you have seen, we have like Tactic Ninja and Mating Matador. We have two courses, guys, on these patterns. But let's say checkmate can be also somehow related to like, again, mating patterns. It also applies, yeah. So when you do like a beautiful sacrifice and you checkmate with the bishop and the knight, it's just recognizing that pattern in advance to your calculation. So yeah, that also works. By tactics, I mean also that kind of exercises, let's say.
Yes, because you cannot. I sometimes use this expression on my streams that I smell that there is checkmate here, and well, it's because I can imagine a checkmate there. I can see what I'm aiming for, because what I see is sometimes I see lower rated people saying, okay, I'm going for the king and I'm going to checkmate them, but they don't know how. They almost throw the pieces at the opponent, but without aiming or knowing what they are looking for. And if a checkmate happens, it's sometimes accidental. Like,
accidentally. What you said, for example, previously I mentioned the importance of foundation. You said now two things: pattern recognition in checkmates and bringing the pieces, which is like a purely attacking rule. Like that's one of the most important rules I shared in the attacking course. So that's how this works. Yeah, you learn patterns, you learn the attack, you put them together, then you have your piece of cake. So
yes. What do you think? What level can someone reach with seeing tactics and knowing how to attack, but not knowing properly how to defend?
that's a very interesting question. Of course, that type of player, whenever they get attacked, they will struggle. But let's assume they are gonna play attacking style and they are gonna see the patterns really well. I think they can be overcoming, like, I don't know, maybe 17, 1800. It's a very hard question in reality. Because yeah, I'm playing against that level players. I'm streaming all the time. I know their problems, but I'm not 100% inside. So I don't know if you, let's say there is a chance to take all the skills and leave me only my tactics and attack, I would give it a try. I don't know. I think they are not gonna go super far. They're not really gonna advance like 2000 plus. Don't think so. But also, I don't think they will be stuck around like 1000. So I think in a range maybe from 15 to 18, 1900. Those are important skills, so they are good chances to advance. If you tell me like chances for seeing tactics and only defending, I wouldn't say it would be a very, like, I would say probably below 1500.
Okay. We have a question that can you play without studying openings? We discussed this before, and yes, absolutely. You just need to know the basic opening principles, and I think you can pretty much play without openings. At what? By the way, now another question popped up in my head. At what level do you think people should start studying openings more deeply?
You mean after, not a beginner level, right? Like, let's
Yes.
say after 1000. I'm always telling, for example, look, our openings, they are like kind of under 2000, but I've played these openings again like 22 300 guys. They are still okay. It's another thing is studying. For example, many players like aren't probably full-time chess players here. So like someone is working, having 2 hours for chess. Learning very advanced openings demands a lot of time. I will put it this way: the white mood variations, which were covering all white openings, are about less than like 10 hours, 8 hours, I think, around this. But only the advanced Scotch opening is more than 10 or even 15 hours. So compare full repertoire in less than 10, and only Scotch is like more than 10. Plus the difficult analysis, blah. Depends also for a purpose. Someone just likes to play chess. They don't want to struggle and learn super advanced things. They can keep it up like lifetime, try to improve it, maybe see some smart, like more advanced ideas. But overall, answering your question, I think it's not really worthy below like 2100 even, I would say. 2200 maybe. It depends also what skills does the player develop. Maybe on my story, guys. I became a GM at 17 and I get 2500 FIDE rating. If you check out my openings, for example, I knew some lines. Of course, I wasn't completely bold in this opening line. But for white, I was always playing knight f3 first move. When I was younger, just knight f3. You can go and check my games. One out of maybe 100, one e4 or something else. But I played knight f3 or first g3 or first c4, and I just played this. So I knew my systems, but I knew the ideas. I wasn't like move, check. No. So hard to say. Yeah, I became GM without having even the half of the preparations for many players at that level. I was emphasizing on the other thing. Like I was just learning the game. I was calculating a lot. So it's very personal, of course, but I would say generally speaking, probably starting from 2000 plus, maybe even 23, some guys can avoid like learning some openings, let's say, very deeply. They just need like learn as we spoke previously.
Okay, well, that's really reassuring because I feel like compared to my level, I don't know my openings very well. And well, it means that I can still get higher if I don't study a lot of openings. But yeah, openings are definitely needed on I mean, not below 2000, let's say, but after a certain level, I think you can get stuck because
Yeah, exactly. After a certain level, you need that to be more. I'm not saying they are not needed. I'm just telling that they can be not as important as many players now they think. It's just because after openings, almost always you're getting a middle game. Yeah, that's the funny thing to say, but that's how it happens. And your opponent still need to play some middle game, then take you to the end game, outplay or checkmate you somewhere. So lots of fighting is like in this period.
yes. Okay. Well, this was about, for example, well, this was about chess improvement, but I also have I also have tons of chess psychological questions.
Then I will put my glasses.
Okay, okay. Be careful because I can still read your mind a bit. So we talked about what you think is the most important chess skill. If you are a beginner and you want to do one thing, then it should be tactics, and then attack. That would be the second thing. What about the psychological skills? What do you think is the most important if you want to become a good player?
Usually it's not happening like this way, that you are bored and you are with everyone here is like with the same let's say, how to say, complex of emotions or skills or fears, yeah, where everyone is at some years when you are starting playing chess, where already some type of personalities. Maybe someone is at 6, maybe someone at 20, but we have already our fears inside and difficulties. And that, for example, someone is feared of something, it can apply to in a chess game that they are feared of being attacked. Or I don't know how exactly well I'm explaining this, but I believe so, that it also reflects our personality, our fears, our strengths, and so on. So I cannot answer on this question because like give you an answer. I can tell you what was my, let's say, criteria, which made me actually a chess player. I never resigned early. I was always making my opponents to sweat unless I lose a game. I remember, I will have this memory. I was 11 years old, about 20,000 FIDE rated. Not 20,000, 20,000. 20,000 is too much. 2000 FIDE rated. I played a tournament where there are like many GMs. I am strong guys, and I took the 4th place. Imagine, it was like a hugest achievement, but how it was going, I didn't give up the game against like very strong opponents there, and I survived and I made a draws. So I remember that feeling. I was not believing I'm gonna succeed. I was too young. Yeah, I was just playing chess. I didn't care about anything. But I saw my position. I remember I saved 2 exactly terribly lost games against like 2300 FIDE guys. So that crafted this feeling of, okay, you shouldn't give it up. And it started let's say, in every game, every tournament, when getting a problems, hard positions, I was fighting. Not always I survived, of course, not always. But I promise you, if I wasn't blundering and losing instantly, my opponents struggled to beat me. So the skill of I'm not telling play till checkmate when you are down to queens, guys. So that's not the point. Yeah, just make them struggle to win. Like, make them sometimes you have a feeling, yeah, you win a game, oh, that was easy. Sometimes it happens, but just struggle to beat you, like struggle to take this half point from you. And that actually reflected so much on my chess. I already, on a, let's say, how to explain, on my instincts level, I became a fighter. I was saving so many bad positions already instinctively. So I would say some psychological fact. My trump was never giving up, like slash fighting till the end, somehow like this.
Yes, I think it's an important skill. I also try to do it in my games. But I often hear people saying, but when is it become disrespectful? that you don't give up.
No, it's not about that. It's not, again, as you saw, I mentioned, yeah, do not play positions when you are down 2 queens. I'm speaking about like stronger level. Players under like 1000 level can do everything. That's okay, guys. Have fun. Of course, not about disrespecting opponents, but like making them suffer. So yeah, if you realize it's a shameful, okay. But another point, yeah, it's never late to resign. What happened once, I will tell you the following situation, guys. It's not hard to visualize. There, imagine situation. I have 4 pawns. My opponent has 4 pawns. I have a queen. My opponent has a bishop. So I have just a queen against a bishop. No compensation, no passed pawns. That was the outcome of a long calculation, like take, 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 take. And that position happened. And whenever I had a queen, imagine my opponent made a move. We were both grandmasters. So he made a move. For a second, I was pissed off. I looked at him very angry face, and I just put my king from G2 and I placed it on H1. I was playing for a white. I showed to my opponent that if he suddenly plays this, I will be having lots of fun with him. I will be maneuvering with my king, then giving a check, moving a pawn. So no, these like 50 rules drawing hope. So I will torture him for 1000 moves. He immediately realized it and gave it up. So I don't mean to do like what my opponent did. That was like he definitely regretted. I made him feel bad. But overall, yes, it's all. You can always resign. Yeah, never late to resign. So why not to give it a try? To online bullet games, I have like recently I played against a GM maybe 3 months ago. I blundered my queen in a bullet game. Okay, it's bad to play bullets. If you want, I will tell you later why. But I didn't resign, and then I won. Okay, I was pissed down in a bullet game. Yeah, that's okay. But if it was a classical game, of course I would have resigned. So the point is not to disrespect them, but on each level you are playing, remember, it's like never late to resign. So you can fight and try to do something.
Yes. And well, since we are here, why is it bad to play bullet?
Why is it bad? Well, it's bad to play bullet if you are trying to learn and become better in chess. It's a disaster. I'm going to be honest with you. Maybe some of you saw me recently playing some bullet games. Not every day, but time to time I play. But I'm a chess player who is retired. I'm not trying to improve, not trying to play my best chess. I'm just having fun. But if you imagine you're learning, you learn the concept, you want to apply it in the games. When you play bullet, you never get a chance. Bullet is not a chess. It's just a movement of some brain muscles. Like you're moving your hand. Yeah, based on some small, like, I don't know, pattern, something, just make a move, do something weird, yeah, flag opponent. So it's not a way of improving in chess. It's like it's just a fun time. But whenever you like, you imagine you need a 15-minute game to apply a new knowledge, how you do it in a bullet, how you understand, you thought about it, like you learned how to attack. You will think, okay, do I bring my queen first, or I bring my rook first? All of this doesn't happen, and accordingly you don't improve in chess. You are even going back. It's a good phrase, guys. If you don't play chess, it's not like you're always staying same level. You step by step start going back. If you do wrong thing, you will go back a lot. If you do the right things, you will go up. So because of that, bullets, like 30-second games, yeah, they are fun. I agree. I'm not saying they are not. Okay, Perp, what's up? Okay, so that's the point. That's the point.
Okay, and what about blitz? Does it have the same effect on your
Blitz
chips?
is more reasonable, but again, a 3-0 Blitz I wouldn't recommend a lot, but that's again better than like bullet games. But 5-3 is already fine. Like imagine someone learned new opening, they want to train it, just practice just the opening part, yeah? If you play 10 5-3 games, it's you will see it 10 times, but if you play 1 hour long rapid game, you will practice it less. So I don't always encourage playing only blitz, but it has already point. Train opening, train some things. I don't know. There is a place where you can make value out of blitz games, let's say. I would probably say mostly I recommend to my students like some rapid controls like 10 plus 5, 10, 0, 15 plus something. So approximately, not too long, not very quick.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Bullet is not chess. I agree. I'm just seeing it in the chat.
Yes, yes. But someone asked a question regarding hyper bullet, but I think there who has a faster
Yeah.
mouse, basically. Yes. Well, back to the psychological questions. You mentioned that you can save one psychological skill because it's a tougher question. It depends on the person, what they need the most. But if you had to say a couple of skills, let's say, would that be different? Would your answer be different or?
Well, I will keep that skill, of course. I will
Yes.
keep the following, the mental, I don't know how to which skill it applies, but I see the following issue for many players. Imagine you blundered during a game. Someone just lets it go and keep playing. The other person might, oh my god, I am an idiot. What did I do? Oh, why am I so bad? Start blaming. Why did I started playing chess? Why didn't I go to karate or something like this? I don't know. So it's important to like forgive yourself and continue the game regardless of what happens. So during the game, I'm always bringing this example, which I like. Imagine you are like thinking about a car when usually you're driving a car, not electric cars, guys, just regular engine cars, and you turn on the AC. Usually it takes some power from the engine, if you know, like if especially if the engine isn't very powerful, it reduces the engine's power, yeah, when the AC is turned on. So your car is accordingly performing less productive. So during the game, it's the same. If you're making your brain busy with some side thoughts, oh, I should have done this, it's the same feeling. You need always try to put 100% of your engine's power into continue the game, to proceed further. And if it doesn't happen, it's terrible. So how to deal with this? How to deal with this? I always tell, okay, after the game, I'm telling to like my students, yeah, I will blame you for all your mistakes, make you feel bad and ashamed. But during the game, okay, something happened, you feel it's tilting you, stand up, go like some cold water, just jump a few seconds, do something and come back just with a refreshed mind. Or if you are capable of doing that, just forget it, put attention to finishing the game. Once the game is over, okay, I will punish you for the mistakes. Or let's say if someone has no coaches or any situation, you can blame yourself always after the game. And no need to focus on what's going, like take your brain activity at that moment. That's what I would say is important. Like this controlling the emotions. Maybe let's say taking it to psychological field, this tilt happens, yeah. Something happens, people start tilting. Again, this control moment when you just let it go and try to play farther, and after the game figure out your mistakes, I think is important.
Okay. Yes. Yes,
Did I
definitely.
answer your question or not?
Yes, yes. Well, it's one more skill. Could you maybe tell me one more? One more
Let
skill.
me think. Okay,
Yes.
so those two are coming to my mind very quickly. Like I said, fighting, being a fighter, and like kind of controlling the emotions. Well, I just realized it can be maybe the opposite skill, again, psychological thing, kind of celebrating too early. In other words, so when you are in defense, don't give up. Yeah, when you are in celebration, like in winning position, don't celebrate. Again, take it till the end, I would say, because what happens? Winning position doesn't guarantee you a win. Yeah, I don't say if it's a forced mate into a K. But rook up, queen up, knight, so many things can happen. Of course, with okay, on GM level, extra knight is almost 99% is a win. On the 1500, I can say it's quite often very unclear. That's okay, that's normal. So for each level, the celebration before you win the game isn't what it can be a big problem creator, let's say. So you are like, relax, do not relax. Let's call it this way. Don't say no celebrating, but do not relax. So keep the focus, keep the attention, because how is I like this example a lot. I don't know if someone saw like some hunting or like some maybe just a famous thing. Yeah, when a beast is in very bad conditions, like on the backside, it's a wall. Beast is becoming very aggressively, doing all they can to survive. So same about your opponents. If they are like back to the wall and they have nothing to do, they will try to do the craziest things to escape. So chess players in hardest situations are becoming like this beast, yeah, trying to get out somehow, trying to do craziness. That's the kind of what we also teach in our courses, like SLP. When you are lost, do the crazy things, mess up, make it messy, complex, attack, sacrifice, bluff. So that's normal. So not relaxing and keeping the tension on the board. Yeah, I would probably say those three things, like not giving up early, not relaxing early, and controlling the emotions.
Okay. I feel like talking about myself, I would like to think I'm quite okay in saving lost positions. But what about the opposite? What about winning one positions? What do you need to win one positions?
In terms of chess or in terms of psychology?
A little bit both.
I would say in terms, it's kind of related to each other. So first of all, let's understand your opponent's actions. If they are lost, they will need to do a counterplay. So question number one can come based on what my opponent can save this game. Imagine like you have a king which is kind of exposed. You have a passed pawns which are promoting. Yeah, you can realize hardly your opponent will like race with the other opponent promote. They are very much behind. They may try to bring a pieces and checkmate you. Okay, if you think about this, you need to understand what can you do to prevent their counterplay. Psychologically, it's connected. You don't let them find a counterplay. Of course, there are numerous types of winning positions. I can't tell you situations for all, but I will like say it this way. Try to leave the like prevent their counterplay ideas. Identify based on what you can possibly have problems and prevent it. Let's say it this way.
Okay. That sounds okay. Yes.
For example, in our VVP course, and trading course, we have this thing when position is winning, but not winning just itself. Like you have extra material, that's why it's winning, not a passed pawn or something else. You are upper rook. What you need to do, if you trade all the pieces, you will have the extra rook against the king, yeah? So technically, if you start trading, that's a way of leaving your opponent without a counterplay. That's a common winning scenario when you have extra material. And trading as much as possible, especially bigger pieces, queens, rooks, and the other ones, becomes also very important.
Yes. Noted down. What do you think is the biggest misconception about chess improvement?
Like what people are doing, but it's wrong in real,
or what they think they should be doing, and they doing it, and yes.
Yeah, so this is actually, I think, why I said it at the beginning. It's about the importance of the openings. Nowadays, I can see many people feeling kind of addicted to these engine evaluations. Exactly, engine ones. Yeah, that's normal. Person doesn't know what to do. They are Googling chess, game, engines, blah, blah, and they say, okay, engines are the lords of the game. But if you have seen on our channel, GM of Etiquette, the podcast with one of the best coaches in the world, and he asked this spicy question: when do you need engines in chess? He said not earlier than 2300 FIDE. So I don't know how, I wouldn't say it's exaggeration. I kind of agree with that. So players are relying on the engine powers so much in the openings. Like, this position engine says plus 0.50. And they are ignoring the most important concept in chess, in my opinion, about this. It's a practical understanding of situation. On my own, I quite often went for a position which is bad from the engine side, but practically lost from my opponent's side. Engine says I'm bad, I'm practically in a very valuable situation. So this is actually a let's say, yeah, what you said, yeah, misconnection, what was the word? I forgot. Misconception?
Yes.
Misconception. Yep. Okay. Misconnection. So that transitions to the openings field when guys like are trying, for example, on our website, we have very cool bank of variation, which I love to play a lot. 1600 guys often in forum says, GM is not sound. Maybe Carlsen wouldn't play this. But I'm saying, okay, guys, are you competing with Carlsen? Always keep the choice practical. Like on a GM level, I played that. I won few games. So I'm like, okay, what are you expecting? If you are playing against 2700 guys, FIDE, Like you are probably in top 40 in the world, and hardly you need online educational sources. You can be educational source yourself, yeah. But it's about majority of chess players. I think that that's the thing. They are trying to have GM level openings, spend resources, buy random courses. I heard one player bought a course. I wouldn't tell the name of a 2700 FIDE player course on a very famous opening. I saw that course a little. I looked at this guy and said, bro, I'm going to use this course, but you forget about it. Because he was having a course on my variations, like advanced neither in like Sicilian lines. And I was like, come on. He was about 17, 16 rated, 1600 rated. I was like, no way. So no way. And that's the thing. That's the thing.
Okay.
So okay, yeah, that's my answer.
Yes, okay. And how badly does it affect your chess if you use engines as coaches to tell you what is the best move? What bad things can happen from too much engine?
Whenever just to get your question right, like you mean when you analyze a game and your coach tells you moves with the engine? Nope. That's in my opinion. That's okay. I wouldn't call it a coaching mistake. That's my opinion again.
No, wait. Let me clarify it. No, I mean, for example, you are at home. You are, let's say, 1500 chess.com rated, and you say, why do I need a coach? The engine just shows me what the move is.
I got it. Okay.
Yes.
So I understand. First of all, having a coach is like kind of another step in chess improvement. So it's okay for many guys not having a coach and still to improve. That's completely fine. Like that's how our website is designated. But like we have article, yeah, how to analyze your chess mistakes, like with using the engine things. Like so, if someone plays and engine can be your friend and your enemy. If let's say with engine you check like your blunders, some big mistakes you make, it will show you the direction what was wrong. But if you start, oh my goodness, I played here this move, but the engine said that, and become addicted to this, it will just destroy you as a chess player. Because always it comes to this practical part again. Engine is a machine. Machine is like not having feelings, yeah, not having emotions, not having weaknesses. And we mortals are not made out of the iron. So quite often we need to take it to practical field. If you have made a mistake, like it's a blunder, yeah, or something like that style mistake, okay, engine will help you. But always stick or being like engine addicted and say, okay, it makes here a move, which I know it happens. I'm a GM, but I open engine move, guys, and I'm like, why is this machine suggesting this move? I don't understand. If I would never blame, so how I'm training, let's say I get a student's game, I'm revising to analyze with him further. I'm never saying you played here not a good move because engine says so. Yeah, I can check with the engine and I would find his blunders, but giving him chess related tips, I'm always giving my opinion. I never use, oh, maybe I say something, he says something, I'm like, position is so messy, let's check what would engine say. Yeah, sometimes we do it, but that's kind of last thing we're doing on during the lessons. Yeah. So this practical understanding of game is most important thing, whether you are learning, you are coaching, regardless of that, like that's the most important thing. It's good to use engine as a friend, as I have said, so but don't make it your enemy. It can be just misguiding you and making you addicted.
Yes, I normally would like to think that it's okay to, for example, the way I use engines is that when there is a completely messy position where everything is hanging and you don't know what's going on, I think in tactics the engine could help you more rather than in strategy. Because in strategy there is a move, let's say knight h8, going back with the knight from g6 for absolute seemingly no reason, but after 10, 15, 20 moves it will make sense.
Exactly. Yeah. So you can't get it. Yeah, engine says a move, which is like so weird, but naturally you just need to make a move, bring your piece into the game and just enjoy it. So it's yeah. And engine can be very misguiding. It's very difficult, guys, and very dangerous if someone new to chess discovers the engines. It's you need to discover it at a good moment. Because if you discover the engine, you will open every game. You will see it tells you, oh, you are winning, you're good, come on. You never win it, probably. You don't find that crazy engine moves. You're getting broken inside, oh, I was winning. So again, do not, engines are just friends that sometimes help you, but not real often. As stronger you become, as more engine can be needed. Take it this way. Like at 1,000 rated, you probably never just need engines. At 1,500, you can check your blunders, and once more and more, then more of the engine you will need.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, engine make ugly looking moves, which you never understand, but they are right. And even if they are right, you still don't understand why quite often.
Yes, plus another thing is these, for example, the engines that are available on Lichess or on chess.com. These are not necessarily the strongest engines, depending on what computer you have also. So it's not so great to rely on them, especially knowing that they are not.
I would have, I don't think it's even makes sense, because like again, even that engines which are not maybe the strongest engines are still very, very good. Yeah, I remember already 10 years ago, which was the last engine beat by a strong player. Kasparov played maybe with Fritz 5 or 6. Who was that? Something like this happened. Yeah, if you know.
Yes.
I think, but probably he either played equal or maybe lost to engine Fritz 6 or 7. I don't know these guys, but he lost the engine, which is like maybe 13 times or 100 times or 1,000 times weaker than the current engine. So that already a criteria. If we can't beat the engine, it's already something above, let's say, our level.
Okay. A little bit different question. So you mentioned, you mentioned that of course you are all in for coaching anymore. Have you had any times when you were still playing, but but coaching already? Let's say.
I know where is this question going to. You're gonna ask me if coaching makes you worse, weakens your chess playing skills or strengthens those. In my life, I always thought coaching is gonna destroy me as a chess player. That's what I always thought. But 2 years ago, I second time won Armenian national championship. And before that, I didn't strengthen up my chess. I wasn't training, wasn't practicing, but I was just coaching. I didn't have that period very many students, but I still worked maybe with several guys. I was again in chess mode. So I thought it's the opposite. But what I realized, if you are just teaching, and often you are saying the right things, yeah, you don't teach them something crazy. You are teaching right concepts, right principles, basics of chess, some important things in chess. So that also strengthens up your knowledge. Like it's a repetition of some very, very important things. And eventually I realized I'm playing well. I was like, that was like really one of the biggest discoveries for me. Because whenever I started coaching first time, maybe it was back 2017 or 18 even, maybe 18. I thought, okay, that's the end of my career. Here where it goes. Yeah, but after that, I just won so many tournaments that I just understood that was a wrong way of thinking.
Okay, so there is hope for me too then.
Why not?
um, and well, you have private. Do you still have private? Well, you have private students beside chess mood students, right? Yes. How do you make sure that they are mentally prepared for a tournament? Or, for example, let's say your student says, "I will go to this tournament," and when do you say you think it's not a great idea based on both their chess skills? When do you say that no, you are not ready for this tournament, or psychologically?
I always support their desire to play against stronger opponents. I probably, if someone tells me I'm gonna play like a tournament against high rated guys, play a tournament when there will be strong opponents and only me like low rated, I'm always okay, good, go there, play a tournament, lose your games, bring and let's analyze. But I'm kind of not gonna say lose your games. No, go and give your best fight. If it's going hard, it's okay. So this psychological preparation is different for everyone. Yes, someone has these issues, the other one has the other issues. So talking to everyone in a specific way. For example, a student who has time management issues, who were discussing like before a tournament, make like more natural moves faster. When you get to time trouble, do this, do that. So it's very individual, I would say. Overall, I'm always happy to see them playing against the stronger guys, because this is my way of understanding you can't become stronger if you don't beat stronger opponents. That's what I always think. Yeah, so always they are welcome to compete in this type of field. I always, of course, wish them good luck. I always encourage them to play the best chess and don't think about the results. Just go there, show your best chess, and bring me good games. That's what I'm always telling.
Okay. Yeah. Because for example, I just talking about myself. I had a tournament recently, and well, sadly it didn't go well. And I talked to some higher rated friends, and they mentioned that well, they weren't coaches though, I must add, but some friends who wanted to give some helpful insights into the tournament. And one of them said that he thinks I wasn't ready for this tournament that I played, which can be true, of course. Yeah, it was interesting to see his point of view, saying that there is ready and not ready for a tournament.
I got to like, I understand. Not always we are not machines. Yeah, we're having tough. I also probably once only in my life, I not retired from tournament. I decided not just to play it, because I was having like difficult emotional situations. I decided I don't want to play chess at that period. I'm not saying we need to be machines and play no matter what. Some bad things can happen, good things, depends. I wasn't answering from that perspective. Like emotional shaky situations are dangerous. Although it happened to me when I was in a terrible emotional state, all my anger was going to my opponents. I wanted like I remember this quite often. I had good tournament in that situations as well. So it's kind of individual, you know. Maybe you're taking your stressful situations in one way, I take it the other way, third person takes it differently. And you, when asking someone else, should you play or no, I think that's where the mistake is coming from, because they are not in your skin. They don't know, they don't feel what you feel, they don't know what you know. Yeah, even if you tell them, okay, maybe you tell them everything till the very last detail, someone can give you an advice, but probably we're not always like this. Yeah, telling all of our difficult details to even close friends, maybe not till the very end. So eventually at the end of the day, you need to take the decision. And I would say the following: even if you failed, it doesn't mean you did it wrong, that you participated. Maybe you needed to play a tournament to make some mistakes, to learn from those mistakes. So failure doesn't mean it was a wrong choice. Failure maybe can mean you can discover your mistakes. Why was it a failure? And try to fix them. So there are like, it depends how you look at this. Yeah.
Yes, true.
I see a funny question in the chat. Have you ever trained somebody wrong on a purpose? Like, why? So what can be a purpose of that? Just got curious. Like, if you train bad, as a joke. Okay. Yeah. Well, Not really, but that's a good idea. You want to become my student?
And but I have another question. Do you think anyone can reach GM level if they, let's say, they put the right work in, they do the sacrifices, like they focus on chess, they don't have other things to focus on, so they do the right work, let's say, what they need also, so they also focus on their, so they do the right training, let's assume that. Do you think everyone can reach GM level, or do you think you need something special to become a GM? Some sort of talent or...
Well, talent is of course always good. Yeah, let's say I know I'm good in chess, but I'm bad at 100 other sports. I never knew how to properly play soccer. I was always touching the ball and it goes very wrong direction. So I was definitely not a soccer player. Talent is of course important. It can help you, but if to put it this way, just if someone is like not talented but put the max effort, there are still many conditions. I think it's doable. It's doable if you like. What is becoming a GM? Yeah, let's first of all understand. It's not just only training or doing. It's training. It's practicing. It's fixing. It's traveling. It's choosing right tournaments. It's having a good coach. I think it's impossible to become a GM without a coach, in my opinion. It's 100% impossible. It's my opinion. If someone one day becomes, I would say, okay, I didn't know about you. I still keep my opinion. It wouldn't be done second time. That's how sure I am. Because the like GM is like a super professional level. Yet I don't know. Maybe there are like about 2,000 GMs in the world. I don't know exactly, but I think approximately that number. So if something out of billion people, only 2,000 are there, it means it's not something very easy. Of course, I don't want to scare someone who is having this goal. It's doable nowadays, guys. 2,500 FIDE rating is not 27. So of course, it's it's doable. Let's say if you do many correct things. Trainings, coaches, travelings, everything, fixing. It's a huge complex of things you are going to do. So yeah, what I would tell, let's say nowadays it's probably easier maybe to become GM than let's maybe 20 years ago, in my opinion, because there are more chess tournaments, more online sources to learn. Like 20 years ago, how I was learning chess, only with my coach and some books, no courses, no chess mode, no other things. I couldn't get them. Now access to information is much easier. I'm reading just a comment.
Yes, me too. Okay. Yes, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Funny questions I get sometimes in DMs is that one time I had an 18 years old person 2 years ago approaching me like, hi, I'm X Epsilon, don't care about the name. So I am 18 years old and I am just a chess beginner, but I want to become a world champion. Please, can you help me in this, achieving this goal? And well, they sometimes, these students or well, people can be very specific that I want to become a GM. I just started, but I have a full-time job in the meantime, or I just studying. Well, can you please help me? Do you think it is possible to have a full-time job and then become a GM from zero? Or
like, let's say, imagine, I don't know, let's bring around example on my age. You're 28, you are full-time doing X work. Let's say during the day you have, I don't know, less than 2 hours for chess. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you're married, maybe you're single. Let's say some people have also family that's taking more time. Yeah, they need to spend time with siblings. Some people who are single, let's say, technically have more time for chess. But anyways, starting from zero in that conditions and becoming GM sounds to me like undoable. I wouldn't say I believe in that. Again, there can be people who can do that and surprise everyone in the world. So I don't want to say it will never happen. I think it's very, very hard. From zero, I think it's impossible. If let's say you are like 2200 FIDE player who is kind of retired now, has a family and something, and you still want to become with GM with a full-time like work, I don't believe in that, guys. That's like can you become a professional in any other sports with like very, very part-time commitment? Tell me, I don't know, maybe there are some areas where you can do that. I am not expert in everything, but I don't believe like in anything you can be a really good professional with very part-time commitment. Yeah. So yeah, you can be good. You can be good with like amateur, like you can kind of semi-professional things in future, but not really like that. Not really just no, I don't believe in that, let's say.
Yes, okay. We had a question. Nice comment. If you're 28 and single GM, be careful where is then becoming GM. Yes. So Gatinisco asked, didn't Jonathan Hawkins become a GM without a coach, only by self-study? Do you know anything about that?
Honestly, not.
Yeah, me neither.
Honestly, not. I didn't hear anything about that. If that happened, someone ever became. So there are some specific things. Maybe extremely super talented person. Maybe that kind of things happened in the history, and one of those guys like is a former world champion. Yeah. So of course, in every area in life, there are some unique talents. But usually, I'm speaking about, let's say, the average possibilities for that. I think it's not doable.
Okay. He says it's the author of the book Amateur to I Am. I don't know. I don't think I have seen.
Honestly, I also didn't hear about that book, so that's why I'm not familiar.
Yeah, me neither. Me neither. Okay. There is another comment saying there are limits associated with age too. What do you think about that?
Oh, I thought you were reading the comment. Can you please repeat the question? Because I was reading the other comment.
Oh,
So
yeah. So there is another comment.
Yeah, I was trying to get it.
Yes. It's from. I don't think I can pronounce his name.
Okay.
Yes.
No, I thought Glam Drink had some interaction with this GM, but lately I saw in the message he didn't speak to this guy.
Yes. Okay. So someone is saying that there are age limits to GM. What do you think? Is it that, let's say, you become 40 and you are like, oh, I cannot become a GM anymore, or another age, let's say?
That's again, I probably don't know someone who become GM later than like 35, 40. I'm not brightly thinking about examples when people became GM later than 30. Maybe they are. Again, I think there are some situations, but probably I didn't hear about that. So that's probably logical, because if someone is going to make it, they will maybe take more time before that and hit the title, or let's say if they are not gonna make it, they will realize it before that. Maybe it's a big question. Maybe nowadays someone there in the world, or many people are doing their best to become GM and they are like close to it. So I don't want to say no, guys, it wouldn't happen, no limits. Well, I could say recently we can take it to the other side of the limit, the bottom part. So what's the record? Yeah, this is a new guy from United States who hit it again at 12 years old. Yeah, and became the youngest GM. Well, I don't know. I would be super surprised if someone does this at 10 years old. 12 is already crazy. Seriously, it's crazy. Okay, I don't know what will be the bottom limit. That has more chances to go down maybe in future. I don't know. Maybe in future, imagine guys, kids start becoming GMs at 8. That would be funny. Like 8 years old GM working, and I'm like gonna be, I don't know, 60 years old GM. So
That would be very scary.
yeah.
Yes. Yes, well, it's an interesting question. I hear different opinions on this matter, that there is age limit. I think the one of the biggest limit is time, not necessarily mental decline. Also that could be part of it, but I think the biggest issue is that if you are an adult, then you have family, you have work, and it's just hard to.
Exactly, and it's another thing is it's a motivation. Yeah, when someone doesn't prioritize chess, so has a work, again, family, or any other things. It's not about only like married people having family. Yeah, it can be lots of situations. Someone is single but still have like other priorities and different situations when you are not using max time dedicated to something. It speaks about motivation. It speaks about motivation. If you are just taking it as a fun, yeah, there are many things in the world I like to do, but I'm not feeling I'm motivated enough to live all what I'm doing now or what I love and full time get committed to that. Maybe in future, if I find something I like so much, I would say, okay, I'm gonna do my best and try to achieve my top in certain things. But it's also about the motivation. Yeah, if you are dedicating like 1 hour daily, yeah, it's okay, it's still good, but you cannot compete with 10 years old kid or 15 years old young player who is living everything in the life and tries to become a GM, spending 10 more times more than you do, travels, plays tournaments. Yes, so that's not on the same level of motivation, let's call it this way.
Yes. Yes, kids can be tough.
Yeah,
They
tough competitors.
yes, they have all the time to study. I have a little bit of a different question. If we go back to chess psychology a little bit, back then when you were a professional player before games, did you have any physical or mental rituals before the tournament or the game, or did you just go
Just
there?
glass of a beer before the game and you're good.
It helps you become braver.
Well, I wasn't the best disciplined person, gonna be honest. So quite often I've done lots of things before the rounds, but I don't say it was right, guys. So I was just always like this. And the right things to do when I was strict about the discipline, uh, I don't know, like there are some right times to eat. I'm not professional at this. Maybe there are some chess players who would know this better than me. I always did this, like I was trying to eat about like few hours before the game, so my brain isn't busy, yeah, with this process of taking food to the right places. And I was laying down a bit, resting, focusing on the game, kind of thinking about my game, my moves, how I'm going to be doing this, just some type of increasing concentration, let's say it this way. So resting, focusing, and getting to the round. Of course, not always, but majority of times, those are my routines. I don't have any specific rituals or anything I was doing, not really. But focusing, I was trying not to over prepare, less screen. I never like to use lots of computers before the game starts because it was also making my brain tired. Yeah, if I was all the time before instead of the in front of the screen, and then I have to go to the game. So something like this, I would say, just increasing the level of concentration. Some maybe, yeah, something like that.
Okay. And I have a fun question, spicy fun question for you. During a game, have you ever used any psychological tricks on your opponent?
That's a nice thing. Well, by my nature, I am playing chess very fast. So I was like, I learned somehow this. I don't understand how this happened, but I'm playing very quick chess, and even in classical games, I quite often, I was like, how to say, I was leaving my opponent in time trouble with me having more than like 1 hour on the clock. Yeah. So sometimes one of the things I frequently used was this time pressure things which I was trying to apply. I realized my opponent is getting short on clock without being sure my move is the best. without being sure I'm playing the best way. I was with a very confident face, like move on move. Yeah, they make a move, I put a move. I don't let them breathe. I don't let them out. Like no washroom, no rest, no water. So keeping them tortured. Another thing what I have done with this time. So sometimes there are like delays. Yeah, like you can be 30 minutes late for the round. I don't know why. I can't tell you what was the motivation, but maybe when I were playing chess, I'm becoming like very bad emotionally. I like to win. I'm like in the sports. Yeah, so I want to achieve good results. Sometimes I had like I was being kind of late for a round. Knowing I will not struggle because of time, I wouldn't be in time trouble. So there's like 15 minutes delay. I was appearing 14 minutes after the game started. So almost there. My opponent is counting the seconds, but I was there. But not always. What I'm telling you about this maybe happened few times ever. Just for maybe some personal reasons. Some people I was going to play, but I didn't like them. Happened. Yeah, this is a sport. So you have friends, you have rivals, let's say, something like this. I don't know any other things. If you need, I can try to think about some other tricks.
No, it's fine. It just now I'm back fresh from a tournament. Just I came back 2 days ago, and what you were saying reminded me of one of the players. I don't want to say names, but here the maximum that you could be late was 1 hour, and all the time they arrived 45 minutes late to the round, which I understand the psychological pressure that you apply to your opponent this way. And 15 minutes and 14 minutes is definitely different, but 45 minutes started to feel disrespectful, if that makes sense.
Well, it could be too much. Yeah, kind of too much. What I remember once, I was in an online Blitz tournament. I overlooked that the game started, and I realized it when I had 10 seconds against 3 minutes. I still managed to win the game.
Yes.
But that was like crazy. I felt so bad for my opponent. So they're probably just thinking, okay, the game is over. So already maybe closing the window. Yeah. And then I started playing with 10 seconds. What I did, like a counter attack, let me tell you. Once my opponent came late, approximately few minutes before they were gonna get this forfeit, and I saw them sitting in front of the board, but I didn't go to them. I was just walking around. I saw they made a move and they were seeing me, but I was just walking around. I didn't get there. I allowed our times to equalize, and then I went back and started playing.
That's really nice way to.
So I was like, okay, let's play in same conditions.
Wow. And what was the result of that game? If you remember.
I think we drew. Not sure. It was long ago. I was like maybe 18 years old.
Wow, but it's a nice way to say screw you.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, let's equalize. Once my opponent first came in a blitz game, played knight h3, first knight h3, guys, as you know, not the best move. Without any hesitations, just after I saw the move, I played knight a6. Just it's a blitz game, of course, but I was like, and he immediately kind of felt like he was like, doing something wrong to me. I don't know. That's my psychology worked. I saw he felt bad. So of course, by the way, just to be honest, in the chess game, I always appreciate like being nice, respecting opponent, don't do any weird things. Sometimes it happens like because of many reasons. Yeah, someone can do some psychological things consciously, not consciously. Many things happen. I always like to be nice, but of course, if someone like shows they are ready for that kind of action, I'm always down to battle.
Yes. Yes, well, it's a good thing. I think that you try to, and once you notice that your opponent is doing some sort of psychological tricks.
Yeah, being ready for the battle is good. Depends what is it, how is it, of course. There are like many type of players, guys. Perfect. I don't know how many of you played over the board games. There are so many annoying players in terms the behavior is just ridiculous. They are coughing every second, doing some annoying movements, some things that are just out of, let's say, quiet, polite behavior. Let's call it this way. So there are many guys whom I don't like to play with in this sense. I'm not afraid. I'm happy to beat them, especially. Yeah, by the way, fun fact just about that spirit. Whenever I'm meeting people whom I know they are doing some weird things I don't like I don't think it's a kind of good behavior. I'm always playing with them twice stronger. Like I'm putting all my effort to beat them. Just like take that games way hard, like more differently than some other players whom I'll just play first time, and I just want to show a good chess.
Yes, yes, that's definitely a good approach. Reading chat in the meantime.
Yeah, I'm also in chat.
Well, what do you think is the most annoying behavior from your opponent? I personally hate when my chat knows already because I like to rant about this, but I had a few opponents who when it's your turn, they stare at you while you are thinking, and they even lean on the board almost to stare at you. These are the people I could punch over the boards. Okay, I would never punch anyone, but
the staring actually, yeah, still probably isn't. Sometimes it happens. You may be looking at opponent while moving, but not like if you sit like this 10 minutes. Yeah, that's weird. I agree. For a few seconds it happens. Sometimes you look at each other, but yeah, I don't face that too often. I don't face that too often. Maybe I'm having like a very dangerous face, so they are not. They don't like to stare at me. I'm like I don't know, like this, looking at them on the board. So they are not. They are not happy to see me in that way. They are getting depressed. But what I don't like, I don't know. There are some guys. How to say? They have like they are being kind of very nervous, like they're shaking, moving the board like this, like this. I understand this is sport, emotion. I don't blame anyone. Someone has some natural things, so it's not a. But I understand if I was doing it, that would also make my opponents feel kind of unhappy. Yeah, so I don't like that kind of things when I'm facing like this kind of weird movements around the board. Someone is getting crazy. That's okay. This is a sports again. I don't want to blame anyone, but that's personally affecting me. I don't like to see that. So that's like if I one day realize I'm doing that, I would do everything to avoid it. I don't know. I would try to. And there is one category of the players which are like kind of draw offers, like they can offer you draw more than like 50 times. So I don't like facing this, and there are some rules in chess, like I think if it happens more than 3 times you can just report it to the arbiter, so they stop preventing this. I'm always happy to do this because there are some guys, and yeah, people who are like understanding they have bad positions. I'm speaking maybe about some GM level things. I don't know if or it happens everywhere. I don't know, guys. I'm sorry, don't remember already when I was younger how was it, but probably it still happens. Yes, someone offers you a position, draw in a bad position. Probably happens to everyone. I don't like this. When they offer a draw, you can see they understand it, and you're like, okay. I'm like, okay, I will show you now. So
yes, there is a question from Constantino. Well, the question is for me, but after that, he fixed it that it's for both of us. Have you ever done something annoying to your opponent?
not not on a purpose. Let's say if I suddenly behave somehow bad. Again, I'm telling you guys, this is a sport, so everyone can suddenly get emotional, get depressed. Anything can happen. Whatever I told, I blame everyone who does this on a purpose. They are like they are bad. If someone does something not on a purpose, I can't blame. Yeah, I'm getting annoyed, but that's okay. If intentionally, I never did anything like how to say. Yeah, I didn't do anything just to piss them off with my behavior. I'll always try, because if you are gonna beat them, that should be first of all on a chessboard, yeah, not on like some that kind of field. So
Yes.
say.
Yes.
Eventually, that's at the end of the day, if beating them, do it on a board.
Yes, I agree. I don't remember doing anything annoying either, on purpose, at least. Although I did promise myself that if I ever play an opponent who is staring at me on purpose, because I have seen that, and it's not just that we occasionally look at each other. Yes, that happens, but when they really stare at me, I decided I would stare at them too. When it's their turn, and
whose move is it? But stare them at the opponent's time.
yes,
So
of course. Yes, of course. Just I'm not sure if it takes away your focus from the game to a psychological battle, how worth it is to do this rather than just ignoring them. And yeah, that would be an interesting question. I did a psychological annoying trick to my opponent this tournament where I was in the first round. I lost, sadly, but I tried my best. I blundered a piece, but my well, I didn't blunder it. I needed to sacrifice it because the position was crap. But I sacrificed it, but I didn't want to resign because we had different ratings. Well, well, she was lower rated than I was. So I said, okay, she didn't have a lot of time. So I started blitzing out moves to I don't know, to make her
them confused.
make them confused, and I wanted to. I was always thinking in her time to try to beat them, and probably it was annoying because I think it did affect my opponent a little bit that I was blitzing it out.
Did that work? You won a game or not?
No, sadly I didn't, but I confused them so much that it wasn't that easy as it would have been if I just played normally, because I'm a very slow player, and during the game I played very slowly. And me changing my behavior was probably very annoying to me.
Maybe not a bad. Well, you didn't do anything out of the rules, and let's say if you play faster moves, that's not a bad thing. Yeah, maybe it would be bad if you start shaking the table, or I don't know, something like this. I will tell you the following, guys. All my life, I played chess in our the European region, these continents. Asia, Europe. I almost never played in the United States. Then I went to study there, and I, of course, started playing lots of tournaments. A very interesting difference between how people take chess, because in this continent, I never took a chessboard with me to the game. In America, I don't know if you have been there, quite often, regardless on which board you are playing, you need to have a chess set and clock with you. That was for me wow. I was like, wait.
Yes.
Another thing, what I saw for the arbiters and people, it was okay to eat, not just a snack or small things. Yeah, someone was eating a soup while playing a game with me, just a soup. I never saw this. Just I was raised that way. I was playing chess here. I was so shocked that someone can eat a soup while playing a chess. I understand that people around there used to that. Yeah, so I'm not saying we are right or they are right or what is it. I got used to that. But initially I was like, wow. So sometimes what you can do, maybe you can see someone and think, oh, this guy disrespects me, but they have seen this. They were raised knowing this is okay or is not. And that's why they are doing these different kind of things. Yeah, this is also possible. You never know what is their chess background, who was teaching them. So that's okay. For me, it sounds very unusual to eat something. I don't know, take a chicken wings and start eating during a chess game. I would never do that because I've never seen that. But okay, then I went to other place. I saw that. I never did it again, but I was already comfortable with that. So
yes, I heard about this. I have never been to the US, but yes, I know that you have to take your own board, which is a shock for me. In Europe,
yeah, I was first tournament running guys who has a chessboard. Then I bought one, and I was never giving it to anyone because I was stressed. What if they don't return me my board? and I have to go and find them because I was usually finishing my games too often, guys. I wasn't being like greedy. If you ever seen me during tournaments, I was not giving my board because I was playing quick. And if I finish my game early, I don't want to stay there and wait for another player to bring me my board back, yeah? Because I might need it next game. So they are coming, can we take your board? Even if I was having one with my opponent, I never gave it to anyone.
I think I would have had the same reaction, to be honest. Yes. By the way, I think I heard a story where someone called Kasparov a monkey, and by the next, or a gorilla, and the next game he brought this banana thingy, not one banana, but a lot of bananas together, and he put it next to himself or something.
I never heard that. I never
No?
heard that.
Maybe,
No, I didn't. I wish I saw it in person, but no.
maybe it's just a rumor, but I think I heard about something like that. Hey Dan, hello. But yes, also my former coach told me that once he played in a tournament and the guy next to him, again, like 5 bananas, he put next to him. He put 5 bananas next to him, and it's also annoying because if the tables are not so far away,
Yeah, exactly.
then
Yeah.
it's also in your space, and that can be
I
annoying.
I remembered one situation. I was playing in a tournament hall, like 50 people, and one guy just brought so much food with him that he could possibly feed everyone. I know, he had like box of like the chips, fruits, drinks, 3 or 4 type of energy drinks, some sandwiches in the boxes. I was just laughing and I the game finished so quickly. He was like much lower rated than me, so he didn't even touch to anything. But I remember when he started taking out the food from his backpack, I don't imagine how much food was left inside. So I was like, come on, we can sell this food.
Yeah. Wow. One thing just popped up. Maybe you mentioned it already, but just one question, which is not usual question, like what annoys you the most, but what was the craziest that your opponent has ever done to you on purpose, if there is anything?
Well, let me think. There are probably a few scenarios where I get like yeah, there was one GM, I wouldn't tell more, but he was famous for being not a very nice guy, let's say, among lots of people. So that was not only my opinion. I'm not gonna tell you the game name, guys, so you can never know. But when we were playing, like there were very little space between. Like imagine it's our table. Next table is here, so it's a little space in between, and I have no way to go to my sitting place unless I go through that small place. Yeah. So I'm standing up a lot. I was taking water a lot, and when I was walking, he complained, oh, why are you doing this? You are distracting me. I'm like, okay, I have no options. Go complain to organizer. What can I do? Something like this. And at the end of the game, he didn't shake my hand. And as you know, like on a like professional level, it's a very, very bad behavior. So whenever he didn't shake my hand, I also like got very nervous, and I threw my score sheet on his, like kind of on his face or something. I don't know. So that was the experience. But actually, exactly, I won the game. After he was actually being very picky and unreasonably. I couldn't be doing anything about it. Yeah, so I had no choice. Like I was just doing all allowed in that situation. And he was like being picky. I wasn't really touching him or distracting him. He was just that kind of guy. So at the end of the game, he didn't shake my hand, and I just threw my score sheet at him. So happened thankfully once in like very, very many like cases. Thankfully, other my opponents were just polite people who were admitting the result, and Or okay, if they're winning, I never behaved bad when I lost a game. I'm always smiling. I don't like, to be honest. Yeah, one good thing, yeah, when you beat your opponent in chess and they behave like you took, I don't know, their life, something important. You took their siblings. No, I'm like, I lose a game, you will, unless it was a super important game. I may be not very okay in my mood, but unless if I lose a game, I'm never in bed. Oh, I lost something. I always try to take it easy. Not saying it's good or bad, but personally, that's how I see it.
Yes, I agree. I also don't like to rage after the game that I was winning. How dare you beat me
No, it's
from
fine.
it? Yeah.
But there are some guys who are like, oh, I was winning, and they were never winning in real. Seriously, I had this kind of opponents. I had a good position. It's okay, guys. I'm speaking about some GM type of thing. I placed like opponent who is 2300 level, and this guy thought he was winning, but he was never good. He was never having any type of edge. Yeah. Well, if you want to be playing your club with for a beer, that's gonna be lots of beers, Oli. I just got an invitation there. Some what was I telling? I forgot. What was I speaking about? Oh yeah, about these people. Yeah, the story exactly. This guy was, oh, I was winning. How you lucky you are. I got pissed off. I was like, okay, let's go. I took him. We went to analysis room. We turned on the engine, and then he left the room with a very quiet and disappointed face. I mean, even let's say I was winning anytime. I promise I never said, guys, oh, I was winning. Okay, I did was winning. Was, yeah. Keyword was. I didn't win. I was winning. So uh
I was winning is for sure the most common post game comment.
yeah, exactly.
Also.
But I never said it, I promise you. Maybe my opponent said, bro, you had a good position. Yeah, I was like, it was good, but I never said it in a way that my opponent owes me something. I was winning. Okay, was doesn't count.
Yes, I totally agree with you. Yes, there is no point in fighting. The craziest I have seen about this is that one guy was playing my friend, and it was a theoretical draw position, and they both knew that it was theoretical draw position, but my friend won, and I'm talking about 2100 federated people, and the opponent lost. My friend's opponent lost, and they legit started screaming. They were the last one to finish, so at least they didn't disturb other players. But the guy started screaming that how dare he reject his draw offer when it's a theoretical draw position. And my friend was like, but did you know how it's a draw? Did you draw it? No, I didn't, but you confused me. And it was funny. The screaming was on for like 3-5 minutes. It's crazy.
Well, that is, that's the thing. I don't blame people for emotions because chess is like a sport. Like how is it in the, I don't know, anything when you are running? Yeah, you give out the stress. Chess, you are sitting, you are collecting stress inside, and you wanna release it. Yeah, let it go. So some people do it wrongly on opponents. Maybe someone becomes very mad one day. That's a circle. That's okay. But yeah, of course, I always like encourage and enjoy whenever I'm because there are many nice people. You lose a game, you're good. Okay. Why my glasses are yellow? I don't know. I got it as a gift. I like this a lot, though. It's my favorite color. It's not actually yellow, it's orange color, and this is just my glasses for the screen light protection, so they are not affecting my eyes. So if I answered your question.
Yes, okay. Well, these were my questions. Now nothing else comes up. Chat, do you have any other questions that you would like to ask? Or well, now is your why is the sky blue? Well, mostly chess or chess psychology related questions. Now is your chance.
It's good.
Serious questions only.
How was playing through? You mean in terms of like being less? I was enjoying that. I was playing some local, maybe local tournaments, or not even sure. Don't remember. I'm so bad at memorizing some events. sometimes like I played online. And already by then, by the COVID period, I was already half retired. But no, I'm gonna be honest with you. In 2021, actually, I traveled even for a European Championship. Then I qualified for the World Cup. So yeah, I won 2021 Master Armenian Championship. That's also right. You know, you see, Perp is knowing even better than me. So yeah, well, because probably I wasn't a full-time playing by that period. Let's say already playing less. I didn't get much affected, I would say. But I knew that actually some other guys struggled a lot, to be fair.
Yes, okay.
Well, I don't know the chess boxing rules. So if box is the priority, Tate wins. If the chess is priority, Hikaru wins. That's for sure.
I
I don't.
also
By the way, I don't know the final rules of chess box. How is it? I know some, but I don't know like the eventually how they're like deciding who wins, or how is it? Someone wins the chess game or someone is knocked out. How is it?
I'm actually not sure. I have never watched a match, to be honest. I don't know what matters more.
I would like to have a chess box one day. Why not? Yes, sir. I would like to try.
Do you have an opponent in mind you would like to?
No, not really. Just someone equal in. Let's say I don't care about chess, but at least in box they need to be equal. So
The chess settles it at the end, I think, if there is no knockout. Okay. But I'm afraid my muscles are not strong enough for for chess boxing. So I think I'm not sure we would reach the chess part if the knockout settles it.
No, seriously, you. Oh my God, the guy who asked about chess boxing didn't know. It's a serious thing. Like some GMs or some other guys recently done lots of this type of things.
Okay, any more questions, Jen? I'm on Sabine.
What did you do? You plugged out the PC or
You knocked the screen off and it wasn't working anymore.
and take it to the service to repair.
Now, just I have a question since we are talking about chess boxing. Uh, but you seem like a calm guy, and well, of course, you mentioned that you are quite cool after losing, but everyone can have bad moments. We understand. Did you ever break something because of a loss online or over the board?
Well, let me think. It's a nice question. Probably I did. Probably I did. Maybe once I like lost an online game, maybe important one. I took my chair, I threw it at the wall and it fell apart. I think it happened. Like maybe I was also not in a very balanced period at that moment. So having like some difficulties in life and emotionally not feeling so comfortable. So yeah, maybe that affected. I think I remember this. And I bought the chair like it was a special gaming chair. Actually, I managed to repair it, but it's like some pieces fell apart from it. So yeah, once that happened, probably maybe I broke like some glasses, like just I don't know, with not even on an accident, not on a purpose, but just on an accident, probably.
Okay. There is another question. I will read it out loud so if someone watches the VOD and they don't see the questions in the chat. So, what do you do after a tournament you are not satisfied with? Or during a tournament that doesn't go your way?
Well, after a tournament, about tournament which already happened, you can do nothing. You just fix what was wrong, figure out what was wrong, and then try to fix it. During the tournament, that's a more practical question. What to do? I will tell you one story, guys. I can probably, if someone wants, you can check it out. In tournament of 2017, I became national champion in Armenia twice. And just for you to know, it's a tournament where there are only 26 or above GMs. Yeah, very strong tournament. I prepared for it 6 months. Look at this, 6 months. And after the 5th round, I had only 1.5 points. 5th round, 1.5 points. 10 players, round robin tournament, 10 players. Which place I am going at? I'm going the last place. So, of course, my hope is broken. My soul is broken. I'm going to my friend's apartment. We're kind of partying, drinking. I will go to sleep at, I don't know, 6 a.m., 6 a.m., and I wake up at 2:30. My round is at 3. I'm barely on time for a round. There are 4 games left. I win the round. I'm still on the last place. Still on the last. I win another game. I'm coming from the 10th place to the 8th place. I win a round. Suddenly I am 5th. And that was the fantastic distribution of games among all the players, that after 5th round, 5 players had 4.5. 5 players had 3.5, if I'm not mistaken. So that was the most, let's say, possible scenario for me to tie for the first place. I was last in tiebreak. So last round I am winning. And still the other results are important for me. So they need to be favorable for me. All of the games are finished in a way that I'm becoming a champion. So imagine how terribly tournament started, how well it ended up. I beat 4 games, guys, fantastic chess against really strong opponents. What I did, I just restarted like my mind. I'm telling you, I done a very bad things. Yeah, I didn't sleep well. I drank alcohol. I slept poorly. I was late for the round, but I restarted my mind from that current situation. So what I offer to do when tournament is going really terribly, restart yourself. No need to take my example. No need to drink or whatever. Do it, whatever it works for you. Someone likes to have an ice cream or go to swimming or go play something or run somewhere or meet someone or anything. Just lesson, don't play drunk. Well, bad takeaway. Takeaway, can we just restart yourself? It's no guarantee you will succeed after that. I can't promise, but it's always good to look at this from the fresh side. Yeah. Whenever you are fulfilled with that bad emotions, the worst thing is to do just to go to your room or your home and just live surrounded by these feelings till the next game starts. Just restart that situation. Anything can work. Depends on your personal requirements, desires, emotions. Yeah, it's very personal.
That is a related question. Then we will come back to the other questions. Is there something that helped you restart your mind? Exclude the late drinking.
So such a provoking question. Yeah, probably no. Let me think. Well, yeah. I had a terrible game. I was young, though. I was young. I was 17. I had a terrible game. I lost. I invited a girl whom I liked for a date. Then it happened, whatever it happened. I just had a good day, good night, good morning, let's say. And I went for a game and I played really good in tournament. I wouldn't tell which one was that. And so I took a really good thing for me, like a like good title, but I can't tell you.
Okay, and let's see another. There was another question. If you could recommend one chess book for the best learning value overall, which one would it be?
That's well, you need to tell me a level, because if you ask, like, for example, for you, yeah, you're at 2100, that's gonna be different. Under 2000, that can be different. For like 2400 player, it can be different. So let's say a little more specific, at least about the rating range.
Oh, well, I don't know. I'm not the one asking the question.
Was it like a training partner? I would say sparring partner. But maybe she was a WGM. Yeah, maybe she was a woman grandmaster. You never know.
Do you analyze games between rounds?
Can clarify? Like, you mean I finished fourth game and I have the fifth one in 10 minutes and I analyze this, or like I have the next round the other day, then I have to think about it. It depends. I wouldn't ever analyze if I have another game in few hours. I'll just let it go, especially if I'm dissatisfied with the result. Like, imagine I blundered, I lost, or I just lost the game. Maybe what I would do, I have this behavior, guys, after the game, just checking for like with the engine, just 2 minutes, literally 2 minutes, just to see what was wrong there. So just to understand, but not really any deep analysis, not really.
Okay.
I'm getting question about Bundesliga. And
Yes.
if it's about over the board, nope, I didn't. I think no, I didn't.
So for the previous question, just to finish
Look,
that one.
yeah, I can see it. So
Yes.
under 2000, yeah, I mean, I would say it this way. I always encourage to learn, and that's the right thing to do. On our website, guys, we have it. Commented games of the strongest players, like 100 commented, 100 classical attacking games, like we have this. I always encourage to learn from the games of the strongest guys. My personal favorite book was the book of Vishy Anand, his best games. But I'm telling you, it's about maybe it's a book, for example, good for 2400 level, maybe. If you say at a lower rated things, there are many good books for like some tactics, calculation. This question couldn't work well. You know why? Because there is no a single topic you can improve and become better at chess. So like if you tell me only one book from world champions, my favorites were like Fischer and Anand, for example. If it's about the tactics, I've done like so many, like there are famous tactic like study creators like Pervakov, I don't know, Lloyd, yeah, this kind of guys who. So it's about what type of book is it?
Yes, there are just too many questions. So after that, what you would recommend? Well, depending on level and topic, what you are interested in. Because I don't think there is one book that teaches you everything. Really, I don't think there is.
Saying the comment.
Lord of the Rings. Thank you,
Well,
Glamdring.
that's I've never read the book, but I'm a huge fan of the movie, so definitely a good one.
Why would you choose a girl, not a GM, as a training partner? Previous question. But, okay.
I say did that. Yeah, that could be a woman grandmaster. So
yes. Any other question, guys? Your your time to shine.
chess boxing. Well,
Oh, thank you very much for the sub and well, for the 100 bits. Thank you for the sub, Mike, and thank you for the 100 bits,
hi,
Dan.
Pablo.
Uh,
What's the ideal age for my children to start chess? I will tell you the following. I started playing chess at 5, 6. I can't imagine kids playing chess earlier. If there are some, they are probably very, very smart kids. And usually, if you are speaking about a professional career, it's important to start early because, as again, yeah, some kids are now becoming GMs at 12. So let's say anyway, starting early, competing early is important if you are thinking about professional career. Otherwise, I think it's not so important. If just for fun, it can be any age.
do you think someone has a, maybe it's a stupid question, does someone has a chance to become a GM if they start at age 14, let's say?
14. Well, I think there could be some motivated people. I know people who trying to do this. Of course, they need to complete lots of right things. Yes, I have said. If they do everything right, I don't know what can happen. I can never exclude this. Yeah, I understand. It's not so easy. I understand it's not the thing that will be done like, like this. No. But who can know if they complete lots of right actions, what will happen? Let's put it this way. I think doable.
Okay.
Pablo, that's a question which applies to a certain level. Like under 1500, you can, for example, know some endgame principles. Let's say I don't know if you're from Chessmut, like web or endgame roadmap, if you have seen that. That's course just basics of the endgames you need to know. But yeah, tactics are more important. But as you are becoming stronger, like 2000 above, or let's say my level, endgames are super important. Yeah, so as probably end games are not something you need when you are starting playing chess or learning some principles, tactics, and so on. Yeah, but when you cross some, let's say, rating barriers, probably it's a good moment to think about this. And you will need some basic knowledge, anyways. It's not like you can completely avoid end games.
Let's say over 1900.
Well, over 1900, I don't yeah, say you need how you don't need end games, but again, probably tactics come first to my mind. Over 22, end games would never be more important. The thing is, whenever you need to emphasize also more on the end games.
Have you ever tried playing chess
Oh yeah,
blindfolded? And if
yeah.
so,
So I don't want to make. I'm trying to be humble, guys, often. But if you are asking, I will tell you how it is. Now, let's say on a single board, difference will be like this. Accuracy will be 100% over the board. I mean, the seeing the board, yeah, visualizing, and blindfold will be like 99. So I have no difficult. Right, exactly these days. I'm not playing professional chess, and I'm little behind in that skills. Honestly, yeah. Look, I don't know, but whenever I was playing all the day, it was no matter for me like to see the board or not. I just close my eyes and I see the same board in the head. It's just it's nothing actually outstanding. Every strong chess player is good at this. Someone is less good than me. Someone is stronger than me. There is a genius in this. If you know Timur Gayev, you know him maybe.
I have
He's
heard of
a
him.
GM, I think, from USA, who have played 48 blindfold games at once, simul, 48 boards. So I honestly, yeah, 48, yeah, you know the number. I admire this skill. I'm impressed. I never understand how someone can be so good at this, even though he is a GM, approximately a bit higher rated or maybe a bit lower rated than me. I don't know, maybe I played him once, I beat or I lost. So I'm telling that in chess we're approximately same rated level, bit higher rated, but what he can do in that, I can never imagine myself like doing this on maybe 10 boards. I don't know, even 5 is doable. I don't think so. So that he's a genius in that for sure. Okay, another question I can see.
Yes.
Konstantin says, do you think there are point is too late for someone to reach 2021 FIDE? Assume a player that knows basics. Well, Konstantin, I think if they spend a reasonable amount of time, that's an achievable goal. Again, it's not going to be that easy. That's still a good level, yeah? That's probably top percent in the world, like maybe top 0.1 or something, probably. So still, it's a huge thing if someone is, let's say, 1000 rated. But I believe that's doable in a while. I couldn't say, of course, yeah, there can be someone can do it quicker, someone not so. For someone, it will be doable. For someone, it's not. But generally speaking, I would say yes, it's doable in my opinion. Another question?
Yeah.
Yeah, Pablo says using Dvarsky's endgame books are good, Pablo, but I would probably say around 1900 you wouldn't need it so badly as like when you become 12 20 like 22 2300. I would emphasize because it's a question like, okay, if you are only training practicing tactics and endgames, are you good in all other things like middle games, attack, defense, so many topics? Yeah, so there are lots of things to have. I don't think these two topics are that much interacting. You can emphasize on other things just to become stronger. Well, I didn't try that in a practice, type be positive. Uh, I unfortunately I didn't try that, so
Maybe this is on your bucket list to box blindfolded.
can one box blindfold? Well, I didn't try. I don't know.
All right. Well, soon we will come to this interview will come to an end. Guys, we still haven't showed you chess mood, and well, we could do that now. So I will just change scenes. Hopefully, I don't have anything sus open on, on the other scene. 1 second. Yes, there we are. Okay, nothing suspicious open. So, could you tell us a little bit about chess mood? I know your side because I love it, and as you can see, you can see what courses I have been watching. So,
Yes,
yes,
yes.
yes. So what can you say about these courses? Or well,
Guys, yeah, I would tell the following. We have a distribution, lots of content nowadays for under 2000 level. Sooner we're gonna have like under 1000 level, so gonna cover everything. Like it this way, yeah. If you remember, I told that the players who are above 2000 need to have a strong foundation, basics in some knowledge. For example, how to attack, defend, and so on. In under 2000 level, we are trying to help build a strong foundation, understand how to win, like easily winning positions or fighting the lost ones. So those are the skills that are just required for a chess player in future to be strong and just help to grow. If you scroll a bit, this is like rating booster section. Then below this, it's coming like the opening sections. So for example, yeah, we are having all of these courses. So here it's like simplified openings. This moment. So we are gonna have like this. All of the content for there is for like under 2000 guys. After that, it's coming lots of stuff for advanced players, like advanced openings if someone wants to learn at the middle game advanced courses, games of I will have like a treasure. What I really think is important for everyone, it's like the commented games of the world champions, classical attacking games, classical commented end games. That's gonna be a good way to learn. So we're kind of trying to have it in the way that if someone is just new to chess, they can come here and step by step be improving, like from any level to any level. I don't say we'll become a world champions, guys, but you can definitely a lot improve your chess. So we have lots of like fun things in Grandmaster's mind at the very bottom, different strong GMs commenting their games, like so something like this. We'll try to have a distribution and just guide every level. That's what we are looking for.
yes, it's amazing, and there are a lot of videos available. And by the way, here is another time for advertisements. If you would like to check them out, you have free courses until tomorrow, right? They are free
Yeah. I
until
think I'm not exactly sure that like minutes, but I'm thinking tomorrow included, guys. It's all unlocked and we had a huge unlock for 10 days. So if you didn't check your chance, you just can go and take a look what's interesting you.
Yes, yes, and well, if you later decide to subscribe to them and get the courses, even when it's not available for free, feel free to use my link that you can find in the comment. Because you will get a 20% discount off. I personally really like it because you have some nice opening courses. Plus, it's very good to see commentated commentated classical games, which I really liked. I like to watch one commentated classical game a day. Now I stopped, unfortunately, but I really enjoyed it because it's really nice to see a commentated game by someone much stronger, and which is a very important classical game, because yes, you can see events also that are going on nowadays, and I think they are still useful. But I think it's good to pick the right, very very nice games that you are that someone much stronger commentates and analyzes it for you.
You really are right. The importance of just seeing that is very big, because as I've said on my own, guys, at some period in my chess career, I learned only from watching the games of stronger players. Like I told you, my favorite was Fischer. I saw so many of his games. Anand. I saw everyone. Karpov, Kasparov, Tal, Petrosyan. I watched it too many games, and that really affected me. So again, it's an important way to improve your chess. Yeah, so something like this. I saw a funny comment: does the chess mood subscription protect me from forest fires? No, it will only protect you from the rain.
I have one question, by the way, regarding chess mode. So there are a lot of videos available, and it would be amazing to watch them all. But of course, time is unfortunately limited. And if there is a player who just wants to learn and wants to start somewhere, how should they know which videos or which courses to start with?
Like understanding this, we have like some options on website, just in case if someone becomes like a yearly pro member, they are getting a one-on-one call with the GM, and let's say it's me or another GM, providing a study plan, like getting information from the player. It's a hard thing. I have that's why we have an option, because even though I'm part of this website, the courses, I know we have like a good quality things, not just advertising it, not the point. Just when I know that quality but again, if someone just comes and tries to learn without a plan, can be difficult. Yeah, maybe someone will hear it, someone will know it. We have some study plan options on the website, as you can see at the top part. We have added this. So study plans are, I'm not sure about in which case it's always available, in which it's not, but yeah, there are like some ways to get some study plans for a certain level, and like more personalized. It happens when we are having a call with the members. So like they are making one call, introducing the website options, and then doing that. So that's how it works. It's a good question. I heard it. Many players complain like there is so much material. Yeah, okay. How to figure it out? Not only on the hour, but overall. I have 400 books. Recently, a good friend told me, like I have so many books. I think during one of my events, my viewer told me I have 400 books. I was like, oh my god, I never saw 400 chess books together. So
Well, maybe one day if I become a GM. uh, yes, well, I think it's yes, really useful. I really love the study plan. I didn't look at my own level yet because the last time I checked there wasn't for my level yet. But I think recently you added it, maybe 2 months ago or something.
at least is for sure. Yeah, we'll have this covered for every level.
Yes, yes. So I should look at it actually, and that would be pretty cool. I really look forward to learn more and see how far I can get with these courses, because it's so amazing that you really cover a lot of topics. I have a course that I look forward to be honest,
What is that?
which is actually win one positions. It will be this one, I think. Navigating.
Yes, it
Yes,
will be
yes.
out.
I really look forward to that because I feel like I always start from, I don't know. I learned how to play okay-ish from a bad position and how to complicate positions. But I personally feel like I sometimes struggle winning one positions. So that will be
Very necessary skill. So yeah, check it out. Why not?
yes, yes. I need to learn how to get to one position.
Well, you can actually. Yeah, that's a good thing to say. Yeah, getting a good position. There are lots of things you can do, but yeah, you learn how to get this, how to win them, then like how to save the lost ones, and so on.
Yes, yes, definitely. Which one is your favorite course?
About
If
me.
if you have any favorite courses that you think is or well what you have done and you are the most proud of. I saw a course here.
Uh, Happy about the course about like you can scroll down. It's in the 2000 plus section. Go a bit down. Yes, the up.
Oh,
No,
up,
too much.
up. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
go up now.
Yes.
A little more. It's about a little more. It's about the one, yeah, in the middle, the wolf of the chest trade.
Oh, here.
It's about
Yes.
trading. Yeah, bottom. You scrolled it again.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
in front of you. Middle mastery, the third course. It's
Yes.
about trading, because like trading happens every single move. Yeah, during chess game, not every single move, every single game. There are like so many trading chances, and this was not a topic I knew like they were like covered specifically. I don't know really some books on how to trade or something. So that was a huge work with our team, prepared it for a long while, but yeah, I was really happy about it. I thought it's a good one in terms of like how to trade these pieces at the any type of time and type of the situation on the game.
Yes. Looks very, very promising. I haven't started it yet. Sadly, if you can see, you can see which ones I started. I started a lot of courses, but it's because not because I'm not satisfied with them and I stop. It's because I like to. Oh, I take a little bit from this. Oh, now I want to look at this one. So probably I need.
I would recommend if you start, you finish that.
Yes, I know, I know. This is
Are
something I
you
need to.
better? It's always about motivation. I mean, I understand if you're like, okay, I just want to see some, but if you like really want to improve on, then it should be like you take it, finish it, go next, take it, finish it, go next. So that's how
Yes.
mixing wouldn't work. Like you take
Yes.
something this way, the other way, it wouldn't give you what you really need
Yes.
to. Yeah.
Yes, I know. I'm just a bit impulsive in learning chess. Yes. Who writes these books? How to trade? And one more question regarding chess mood. Do you guys use how to put this? Do you use your well, not only your games, but well, wait, I don't know how to ask this correctly. So sorry, I'm a bit sick. So there is a question in the meantime. There is a course on time management.
That's the funniest answer you could give her. Why is he saying by Grishuk, guys? Because Grishuk always gets in time trouble. Like every single game. He's extremely strong blitz player, and that's kind of strange to me because he always gets time troubles, but he's extremely strong in blitz, like very strong. He's just good in this by this shit.
And do you plan to create a course on time trouble?
That's a decent topic. Yeah, I cannot tell you like for sure then, but that's a very idea we like had discussed, and somewhere we're gonna touch it. Like this topic will be covered either in a separate course or maybe as a section of some type of course. Yeah, that's a topic we're going to discuss for sure.
Yes. Okay. So I think I formed my question. Sorry about the struggles. So my question would be, how do you decide who should do which course? Because you are a couple of GMs doing this chess mood, and how do you decide who should, like, you will do this course or I will do it?
Decisions first of all, it's not like depends who is feeling maybe more comfortable in some type of topics, and like also a question maybe how to decide what kind of course to like produce. Yeah, it comes from the interest level of players. For example, like recently you have seen some courses like attack, defend, SLP. Yeah, those are the biggest places where players are struggling on the like investigated this level. Like there are students, people seeing the games, communicating, understanding the problems. So like if you understand the problems of a certain level of players, then you can already know what type of material they are needing to become stronger. Yeah, so let's say it would be not reasonable immediately to make, I don't know, a course on calculation for some certain level. Like there are tactics first, they need to improve, they need to do this. Like how can someone evaluate position when they don't know how to attack or defend? Yeah, they don't know what is a weak king or positional, like what is a weak square. So the sequence is being like this. We try to, of course, it's completely impossible to make all of the connections perfectly, but we kind of have it in the way that if someone starts watching a course and proceeds farther, they are collecting a luggage of knowledge which can be helpful in the other courses.
Okay. There's a question that if you enjoy playing faster time controls, and how do they compare to classical games in terms of excitement and challenge?
Answer is simple. Just first of all, let me tell you, I enjoy that a lot. It's less time consuming. Less time consuming. If you can play Blitz or Rapid in 2 days or 1 day, the least classical tournament I played was like 3-4 days, especially in USA. They have 5 rounds, but usually in my area, I was always playing no less than 9 rounds. I never played here probably less than 9 rounds. And it took me 7 days, 8 days, 9 days, 11 the round tour. I played 13 round tournament. It's like taking 2 weeks. So depends. For right now, since I'm not actively playing, I enjoy way more playing Rapid and Blitz. In past, when playing professionally all the time, I wasn't seeing a difference because chess was chess, different formats. Of course, it's a more adrenaline when you play Blitz. Of course, it's more adrenaline. Yeah, you have to play quick, be right, and so on. So I love both. I think I'm not even though you know, guys, what's the interesting thing? Once I became Rapid champion in my country, and it was a very strong field, but I never thought I'm good at Rapid. I feel I'm good at Blitz and like a longer time controls when I play my. The Rapid was although it's strange. I won a tournament. Everyone thought I am good, but after that, every Rapid tournament I played, I probably failed. Exceptions.
As a follow-up on that, these days Rapid and Blitz tournaments seem to get more popular. Do you like this trend?
I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Recently, there are like some events. I played last month, best tournament of my life in terms of result, in terms of Rapid. I played the tournament 10+3, I guess, time control, where like let's say Magnus, Aronian, and 2 or 1 other GM scored 7 points and tied for like first 3 or 4 places. I scored 6.5 and I tied from like 4th till like 16th. They were like all the top GMs, I probably including current world champion. So that was by result, that was the best tournament in my life. By rating, I was probably number, I don't know, 100 something. Yeah, very, very behind. So it was a lot of emotional satisfaction, feeling excited. So I like this a lot. Then you can just sit down at your home, and especially maybe your question is just rapid and blitz over the board. I would tell that there are online tournaments. I enjoy that a lot. You don't need to travel. I'll tell you one thing. Yeah, you know maybe this. Yeah, you're also chess player, so you travelings. Yeah, they are fun at some. But guys, I have been in 40 countries. I'm kind of sick of traveling, honestly. I'm tired of that. Take your luggage. I'm living in Armenia most of my life. I was in America, but now I'm back. And our location is you don't always very easily take a flight to a tournament place. Most often times, 99% of times, it's a transit flight. You fly somewhere, you fly somewhere else, you go back. It's when you do it over and over and over again, it's becoming just very exhausting. So now I'm happy to be able not to travel and play chess tournaments. That's my answer.
Do you like the format of the World Cup, especially compared to the long World Championship match of just two players?
Well, I played in the World Cup. This year I also qualified, but I didn't go for political reasons, like the country where is it, I couldn't go. So about format, I would say it's very interesting. It's short if you lose quickly, because 2 rounds, you can travel to a tournament and lose like in 3 days. It's stressing out, especially it's a strong tournament. First, I played it once and I won first round against 2500 guy. Then I dropped out from 27 opponent. It was quick. I didn't manage to enjoy all the tournament or something, but the format is very cool. That's like a top chess tournament, the best one at that moment in the world. You are feeling kind of excited to play there. So there are some pros and cons. I wish it was longer, but they cannot make a knockout tournament with 4 rounds each. Yeah? At the end of the tournament, someone will have like, I don't know, already grown up for 2 years maybe. So it will be too long. Well, now, Sarhanen, none of us is traveling. I don't know how many countries Avetik have been, but probably also very many countries traveled. So I don't know who have been more.
During Blitz games, do you have any strategies for managing the clock and ensuring you have enough time for critical moments?
Not really. King win Rook, because it's a blitz game. You never know what happens. Yeah, everyone tries to play quick. Everyone tries to play fast to have more time at the end, but you never know. Maybe your opponent makes a move on number 5 when you have to think. You don't want to spend your time. You want to always keep a time like balance to be able to, yeah, as you said, use it at the end. But it's not only, you are not the only deciding one. Wait, why am I running from the low? Why?
You just mentioned you qualified, but you didn't go for political reasons. But
well, it's not personal political reasons. Those are just our countries are in worship situations now. So that's why we cannot, like, Armenian players didn't travel to the World Cup this year.
Some players say that Blitz helps them improve their intuition and board vision.
Exactly. Blitz is purely on intuition because you cannot take decisions based on some larger things. Yeah, you just trust your intuition and decide. You go there, you go down, you go up, down, right, left. So Blitz is only like that. You cannot be playing Blitz based on some big concept. Intuition, yeah, it's a very good saying. I agree. Blitz is almost like maybe 90% intuition, in my opinion.
And like you said, so classical is basically, so just to have a conclusion, classical is basically everything, both psychological, both chess skills, how you do them. Blitz is about intuition, and Bullet is just training brain muscle.
Like speed.
Speed, yes.
Speed, yeah.
Yes.
Bullet is also intuition, but very less like than a blitz. It's just a speed.
Yes.
Bullet is actually bad for those who learn to play. Like again, I'm always telling it's a fun thing. I love it, honestly. I know how cool is it, but if it comes to deciding whether to be stronger or not, that's already a personal choice.
Yes. All right. Well, thank you very much for accepting my invitation for this interview. And thank you for all your answers. We really appreciate it. I like to call non-GMs and, well, myself mortals, and it's nice to have an immortal person on stream.
I wish it was so. I wish it was so. So I have immortal can play bullet all the time. Yeah. But...
Yes, so thank you very much for answering our questions. We really appreciate it. And well, maybe we could do this another time where we also have some chess. Not just chess talking, but it would be also some chess content. Yes, now we didn't have the time for it, but yeah, we could have it another time. Chat could try and test their knowledge against you. Yes.
Thank you for inviting. Was happy to be here, guys. Was nice to meet you.